Boom. How's it going, Ben?
Good, how's it going?
Good. I had this idea. I just like in the last 10 minutes. Well, all right, now it's 30 minutes, but about 30 minutes ago, I had just this thought, like, oh, why don't I do a live stream for Star Wars Day? And then I asked you, and here we are. It's like, hey, you want to do one really quick?
Hey man, I'm always down to talk Star Wars. You know that.
I know. I asked other people, but work and lives, losers. Oh man! All right. Other than Star Wars Day, how's your day going?
Good. I have a doctor's appointment in a few hours, but all good.
Okay.
Can't wait to go see Doctor Strange coming up.
Nice. Nice. I it's my birthday today. I
Happy birthday.
thank you. I turned 33 years young, and my amazing wife did something amazing. She told me she was going to sleep on the couch, which I don't like, and but she said you can shut the baby monitor off, and I said okay, deal. And so I shut the baby monitor off, and she woke up early and made a bunch of cupcakes for my birthday. I had no clue she was doing this. And then when the baby woke up, she took care of the baby and brought her to daycare. I woke up at my leisure at 8:30. I normally wake up around 4 or 5 because of Maeve. So I slept in for the first time in a very long time, and woke up, walked upstairs, and saw a bunch of cupcakes and saw my present that she got me and the card, and as the absolute perfect way to start a birthday. That was amazing. So
That sounds awesome.
it was great. She got me a tablet so I can start doing tablet stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I've been writing a lot lately, and I'm gonna be able to. I think I'll take it to work and write on breaks during the summer. Work slows down a little more, and people usually cut back on their breaks a lot more. And I figured a tablet wouldn't be that weird in a break room. A laptop would be, but yeah.
I get that.
So yeah, no, I'm really happy. And then I just went and did a bang bang. So what a bang bang is, Ben.
Yeah, please explain this to me.
Okay. If I look sweaty right now, this is why. So you go to a restaurant and you order at least an appetizer and an entree, right? And then you go directly to another restaurant and order an entree and at least either an appetizer or dessert. So you have to do two things from both. So it's 2 full meals. It's bang, bang.
Oh, okay.
So
You said bang bang, I'm picturing something completely different.
I know. That's why you gotta clarify. You gotta tell the story. The TV show, Louis C.K.'s TV show, Louis, him and Ryan Kelly, Robert Kelly, stand-up comedian, and they're just like, all right, tomorrow we're gonna hit the gym and work out, right? It's like, yeah, we're gonna really slim down. Yep. So bang bang. He's like, bang bang now? And he's like, yeah, just say goodbye to all that. Bang bang. And then it's them trying to figure out. He's like, okay, sushi Italian. No. And barbecue IHOP. It's like, no. So we did, very fitting, my 2 favorite foods. We did Sicky's Garage, which is burgers, but like all the different, like a lot of different types of burgers. And then we went to an authentic Mexican place right after. So I did a big half-pound Kobe beef. Oh my God. I'm burping now thinking about it. Kobe beef burger. And we did nachos. But it's not nachos. There were potato wedges, but like set up like nachos.
Okay.
And then it's right next to a little Mexican place called Acapulco. And I did a margarita and then an enchilada with a hard shell taco. And they gave me free dessert because it was my birthday. So if I look like I'm dying, because I did.
Well, that sounds really good.
It was.
But,
And
but did
go
you
ahead.
have any fruit milk with,
No, I had a tequila and a Bloody Mary. So the tequila was green. I should have at least got a blue one. But no, I did green and I did red. Well, all right. Well, maybe I have to do blue milk later. I have blue frosting for cupcakes. Just mix it with milk.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, the Blue Harvest. But so on the bike ride home, I was like, live stream, and that's that's how I came up with the idea. And then well,
Whatever gets you going is awesome, I think. So
sometimes you overeat, and then you're like, all right, let's go live.
if there are more things that could get you to go live, I guess. I don't know.
Have you ever done all right, I'm sure you haven't, but now that you heard about what a bang bang is, does that sound like something you want to do? Just go, just meal.
Yeah, depending on where and what kind of food.
It's all about the combinations. You know, it's getting that good mix for a bang bang. The first one we did was Indian food fine dining. So we did Indian food and then a steak.
Mm-hmm. That sounds interesting.
And then we did Mongolian food to IHOP.
That sounds odd.
that one was probably, it was one of those ideas that was so bad it has to be good. You know, you're like, that sounds horrible. There must be something genius there.
It's kind of like when you hear a movie, like when you hear a movie is going to, there's something about the movie sounds so bad it must be good.
Yeah. You know, like, all right, this movie's about a telekinetic tire that's rolling around and blowing things up. You're like, all right, that has to be good.
Well, how about this? I just heard about this movie in the last few days. Pinocchio, a true story. It's an animated movie. You know who voices Pinocchio?
Oh, no, who?
Pauly Shore.
Oh, see, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Gilbert Godfrey. I really did. I always wanted to see like a remake of a Disney classic and then do Everybody is Gilbert, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
not just
yeah.
the pirate or parrot, but everybody.
Mhm.
Like Lion King. You know? The circle of life! Just go full Gilbert. You imagine just like Simba walking up and he's like, "Hey, Uncle Scar, how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, it's you. You missed my ceremony." You know, like the whole thing. Oh, it's to die for. An elephant graveyard. It'd be a great movie. I'm in. Get on it.
Yeah,
You live in Hollywood.
I don't know about how many people would like it, but why not?
Do you ever see that clip? It's like Gilbert Godfrey reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
And it's just all these chicks just like going about their day listening to the audiobook, and it's just Gilbert like, my inner goddess is dancing. Just fantastic.
Have you ever seen Christopher Walken read those Three-Legged Pigs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. I could listen to Christopher Walken do anything. Like I could. I think he missed his calling in his late stage career to just do every audiobook. Like just redo all audiobooks. Like come on. Like you don't want to listen to Grapes of Wrath by Christopher Walken? Like sounds spectacular.
That would be interesting.
Is this the whole thing? I'm gonna say something completely bonkers and you're gonna go, that's interesting. That's all we're gonna do today. We want to talk about the Obi-Wan trailer. I just watched it.
Sure. Well,
Okay. I want to hear your thoughts because mine are, you know, I'm a bum humbug. I'm a cranky old man.
I personally, I thought the trailer looked incredible and got me even more excited. I'm happy they didn't show Vader fully, but I'm happy about everything they showed us. And that one line from Uncle Owen was the thickest burn in any Star Wars thing I have seen.
I like that. I like that they went and got what's his name to play Uncle Owen again, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Because he played him for, before he was even like a known actor, like it was like one of his first ever roles. And it's cool that they happened to cast a dude who later became like, Joel Edgerton's a heavy hitter. He's really good at what he does. And it's cool that they just happened to cast him for Uncle Owen way back then. And they can bring him in now. That's so cool.
Did you hear that Deborah Chow said thank you to George Lucas for casting him in the first place?
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Like, hey, thanks for putting Joel Edgerton here because now we get to use him for Uncle Owen. I have a fundamental issue with the Kenobi series, like in general. So it's less about the trailer. I just don't feel like we need the series. I feel like I know Kenobi's life. Feel like he hung out in the desert for 20 years or 30 years or whatever. Or 19. Sorry, I know how long it is. It was 19 ABY or BBY is when Revenge of the Sith takes place. So 19 years. I just feel like his story was complete. That he was a hermit. That he was an old wizard and no one ever talked to. I don't like the idea of, oh, by the way, he did have space adventures in between. It just that bugs me. But I do have to get over it in order to watch the series. I'll get past that. But I don't want him to fight Vader. I just don't. I think it takes away so much from A New Hope. It like all of it. The last time I saw you were but a learner, or I was but a learner, but now I'm the master. Like all of that, I feel like their entire fight in New Hope is nothing if they meet it all in this.
Can I ask you? I mean, I heard that before, and I guess you can play semantics, but there's still some room where you could massage that canon a little, where it does make sense. But
Yeah.
And the gate set on that note. Yeah, I should have said the gate, but it does changes it on the note.
I think that, and for one, yes, I do know that Ewan McGregor just really, really wants to do it, and him being a top 3 most beautiful human beings ever made, I tend to agree with what he says. And if I ever met Ewan McGregor and he's like, "Hey man, let me do this," I'd go, "Okay, yeah, sure, whatever, whatever you want." So I get that, but so I'm not per se against this series, like. There's just certain things I don't want. Like, I don't want it to get that grand. If a couple Inquisitors show up and then maybe he has to leave to like get them away from Luke and then he like takes out a couple Inquisitors, I'm cool. Like, awesome. I'm down. But like, if he has a full on Vader fight, I'm gonna be like upset. I think it does straight up take away the impact of the fight on the Death Star, and yeah, that's a problem with prequels.
Let me ask you: is there anything if a Vader fight does happen? Is there anything that would make it easier for you to digest?
I don't want him to like. I'm okay with us seeing Vader, but no, because he literally says the last time we fought, I was but a learner. If he fights him like. Last time we fought was 10 years ago, and I was still Vader then. Like that doesn't make sense. It literally makes that line not make sense. And it's a very important line. It's like it has a lot of heart to it, and it's one of the most quoted, only a master of evil, Darth, like that. I feel like their entire dialogue during that fight will be negated if they fought since he's become Vader. Like, since he became a robot. Like, they did fight on Mustafar when he was already Darth Vader. You know what I mean, though? But if they fight in between, I do feel like that negates it all.
Yeah, I can't argue with you. I mean, I can't. It would be a cool-looking fight, though. You have to admit.
Yeah. Let's bring up this. This is very true. Whatever cute creature or droid that they surprise us with. Yeah, it's always good. I wonder what Grogu they're going to Grogu out next. I feel like they shot themselves in the foot with Grogu because nothing's going to be as cute.
Yeah.
Like they tried with the little pizza cutter droid and Dio and Rise of Skywalker. Not even close. Yeah. Hashtag not my Grogu or my BB-8.
I forgot about that droid.
But little, he looks like a Mouser from Ninja Turtles. How's that for old school?
That movie, man. I've been talking about it on my summer show.
BD1 is as cute. Sorry. That's true. Sorry, go ahead.
There's so much wrong with the sequel trilogies. I mean, I like them as movies, fine, but they had no plan.
You know me in the sequel trilogies. The sequel trilogy. I'm not a fan of it, and there's a lot I dislike about it, and I don't like talking about it, especially like on our channel or online, because especially on a day like Star Wars Day, I do like to be that positive voice for Star Wars. Positive voice, period. You know, I'm not going to put out any videos that are 10 reasons why this movie sucks. It's just not who I am. And because I'm negative and depressed enough normally, you know, why would I make content that's negative? And that's what, you know, that's Mine and Marie's show has always, and even when it was me and Evan, it's always was propping up and loving and exploring Star Wars and playing games in Star Wars. But that's why, as much as I really dislike the sequel trilogy, I don't like talking about it. And I always have to tell people, you know, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you don't have to. You know, everyone can like it. If Rise of Skywalker is your favorite Star Wars, like, I don't understand, and I disappeared there for a second. But you know, more power to you. I do have pictures of cute droids. See, I got this BD1. You didn't see. Here's Dio. See, not even close to Grogu cute.
No.
BD1's pretty up there though. He's like Wally if he lost some weight. Right? Here. So Wally. And then BD1.
Where's BB-8? How come we don't have him?
Because he wasn't. So these are actually left up from our droid game that we played, and BB-8 wasn't in it. We have BB-Hate, BB-9E.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a BB-8 right here. It's just hard to see him. Yeah, but cute droids. Yeah, and this is another thing. It's so overdone of complaining about sequels and the funny thing is, so I follow a lot of versus video creators, and they're like hardcore legends, like fights that you didn't even know belonged. Like you like, did you know that there's a giant fight over Legends Asajj Ventress and Canon Asajj Ventress? Like people stab each other over Legends Asajj or Canon Asajj. It doesn't matter. It's all just whizzle wazzle, right? It's just two fictional characters, one fictional character, and two different takes on them. There's no reason to get bent out of shape about it. But I'd be watching these really hardcore legend dudes make these videos, and they would have so much intense hate about canon stuff. And then I'm like, what are we doing then? Then what's the point? Like, what's the point of a fandom if we're mad about it? Like, I don't understand. And if you dislike it, you dislike it. That's completely okay. But literally getting angry? Like, there's so much real shit to get mad about.
It never made sense to me. I take the movies for what they are. They're fun. I enjoy them. I don't get angry about them. My favorite Star Wars movie is A New Hope.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think you know what mine is. It's not a secret.
I honestly forget. Is it Empire?
Yeah, it's Empire. I consider Empire a 10 out of 10. Like,
yeah, I think 99% of the people or Star Wars consider that a perfect movie.
Yeah, I think it's a perfect movie. And I don't even, like, out of my 10 out of 10s, I don't have a lot of genre pictures in there. It's all it's all Oscar winners and best pictures and stuff like that. But if you put a really critical eye, oh my God, I ate so much. I'm just dying over here. If you put a really critical eye on Empire Strikes Back, it holds up so freaking well. And not only, but the pacing on paper doesn't work. If you were to be like, all right, what happens? Okay, so it starts off with an entire movie in 30 minutes. We got all the Battle of Hoth, the beginning, middle, and end. And then that's the end of that movie. And then the rest of it is Leia and Han and Chewie and C-3PO are stuck on a ship, and they're running from the Empire. Luke just like, whoop, goes, lands in a swamp. Meanwhile, these guys are still running. Meets Old Master, does all this stuff, starts training. These guys are like, and now in an asteroid, and then eventually make it to Cloud City. Like, the pacing is so weird. But the fact that the movie's script and how it's shot and that it's all go, 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 and there isn't a bad scene in the whole freaking show. The whole movie. There isn't a time when I'm like, go without this. That doesn't exist in Empire. And it runs like a freight train. And before you know it, you're at that amazing lightsaber fight at the end. And, love that movie. I can gush over that movie, which I clearly am right now.
Let me ask you, as a Star Wars expert, between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, how many times did Luke visit Yoda?
Yoda? 0, according to Legends, at least. I want to say he only sees him when he comes back. He doesn't go back to Yoda at all.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he kept going to him from all distance. I never know.
No, not. I mean, maybe now there are definitely comics I haven't read. I will never call myself a Star Wars expert just because we're talking about Empire Strikes Back. We're talking about Birdman. Have you never seen Birdman? Just go. It's one of my 10 out of 10s. Birdman is. And then I think I'd put One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Shawshank Redemption up there.
I never seen the Shawshank. It's on my list.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Wow, Benjamin, what? you want to hear my? All right. You said it to me. I'll tell you. I have only seen the first Indiana Jones once, and I haven't seen any of the other ones.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. And I didn't do. I watched it in college, and I thought it was fine. And then I watched later Raiders of the Lost Ark twice. I watched it in college, and I thought it was okay. And then I watched it to scratch it off of a list that we have upstairs on the wall. And I've never seen any of the other ones, and it just doesn't have a space in my heart like it does for every other nerd. Like, I know people consider it like in the top, 5 franchises, like trilogies, and it just isn't even close to it for me.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. See, now I can't get mad about your weird Shawshank not seeing, because that's messed up, yo.
Okay, let me ask you this. Where do you put is Back to the Future a 10 out of 10 for you?
No, I don't think Back to the Future is 10 out of 10. It's not a bad movie. But now when I say 10 out of 10, I specifically mean it is embarrassing for me. Thank you, Jekka and Jaka. But no, you got to look at. So I'm looking at everything is on point. So from performance to directing, to soundtrack, to editing, to script, everything fires. You can't say, yeah, but this. And I got a couple. I can't think of anything right now, but I maybe have like half of one for Back to the Future. There's maybe a couple things that bug me about Back to the Future. There's definitely a couple performances that are not great in Back to the Future. And yeah, I mean, again, I don't think it's a bad movie.
No, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
You have to have I don't know, it's such an echelon. There's thousands and thousands of films. And to say, 10 out of 10, I really feel like you have to be super, super judgmental and really break it down completely. And that's where I got my list. And I'm probably being just a Star Wars fanboy to say Empire's in there, but
I think I have only 5 10 out of 10 in my list.
I think I saw your list. Didn't you put it on Twitter or Facebook a couple weeks ago?
Probably. I knew it every so often.
Yeah. Geez, I wish I could think, but all I'm thinking about is tacos and burgers just nestling inside my gullet. I know, I'm a piece of crap, Ben. Just say it. Just say it. That's how I celebrate my birthday.
I miss doing shows with you.
It's been a long time, dude. It really has. And it wasn't on purpose by any means. It was just both of us went and started our own channels. And then we're not part of a group chat anymore, so we don't just like talk normally anymore. So yeah. And work got really bad, and not to get too personal, but I had a lot of personal stuff that went down and drama among a lot of stuff. And I just went through winter gets bad. And a winter for me is always really horrible. You have the sunny California, man. Like I don't. I don't get
I have bad stuff that happens to me too, so
I know.
You're not alone.
I know. No, I wasn't saying I was alone. I'm saying, but the point, the joking point I was trying to make is winter when you're stuck inside and all you see is cold and you don't see the sun. And because of my rotating schedule, I always get the blues towards the end of campaign, like right now. And then because of the winter, and it is always spring is always me crawling back out of some type of a depression. And this year was no different. I wanted it to be different. I fought really hard for it to be different, and I failed. And it got dark. So,
well, all looking up now, I hope.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I went on a bike ride in yesterday. It was amazing. So it was the first real bike ride of the season. I did 27 miles yesterday, and that was amazing. And I was going to today, but then I decided to eat a crap ton of food. My wife messaged me. She's like, do not go on a bike ride because you're going to stop on the side of the road and puke. I was like, I know.
Hey, if there's any day where you can do that guilt-free, it's your birthday. So
yeah.
Live it up, man. Live it up.
I like to think of it as like the end of fat winter. Like, all right, now I need to start caring about my body. It's summer now. Gotta get that beach bod. Oh.
Any big summer plans for you?
We actually, it's funny you said that. We just booked our anniversary. We just bought our plane tickets for our anniversary trip for our 5 years, me and the wife. So we were where we ended is so weird. So it started off with, I'm a foodie, so I want to do something with food. My wife has never really seen the ocean, and because we live in a landlocked middle of the country, North Dakota. And I was like, all right, let's do somewhere on the ocean. And then we were both like, let's not do a big city, right? So let's kind of like, little small touristy, let's not deal with a big city, right? So food, so I started going down the list, and it was like, okay, New Orleans, best food place. She's like, no. Okay. And then it was like, all right, this place. And then we walked through all of them. And then I saw Mount Desert Island in Maine. So little island, in the water right off of Maine. And she liked it, but there were certain things she didn't like about it. She thought I was catering more to myself because it's a big bicycle place, and she knows that I'm going to go on a bike ride. And she's like, I feel like I'm going to run out of stuff to do and hate it. And because we want to, do like 4 or 5 days. So then she was pitching Portland, Maine. So the city. And then I was like, but that's a city. We were saying we were going to do city. So we sat on that for like 2 weeks. And then a friend of mine who lives in Maine said, what about Portsmouth or Portsmouth? It's spelled Portsmouth, but everything I'm seeing, they call it Portsmouth. And so she pitched it to me like You know, it was founded in like 1640. It's super historical. Like all the sidewalks are brick. All the streets are small because it was originally for horses. You know, like this tiny little like historical town. And I was like, all right. Like, so I told her, like, okay, send me this much words so I could pitch it to my wife. Like, pitch this to my wife. And she did, and my wife took it. So we're going to Portsmouth, which is not actually Maine. It is New Hampshire. So we're going to Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So it's like our little New England thing. And we're going to do a bunch of food. It's got more restaurants per capita than anywhere else. And the downtown is all walkable. There's right out of downtown, there's a old strawberry something. I can't remember what they called it, but it's literally like a completely preserved village from the 20s, like right when the settlers got there. So that's cool. And people dress up, you know, like pilgrims and walk around. So that sounds fun. And I'm a big history buff. And so, yeah, that's where we're going to go. We're going to go to Portsmouth, New Hampshire for our 5-year anniversary.
Nice.
That's my summer plans.
Nice.
What are yours?
No, I don't know yet. They're working on that, but it's going to be fun no matter what. Probably going to see some movies.
Yeah.
I
How is that different from your winter plans?
haven't been to a movie theater since 2020.
Sorry, your audio or somebody's audio went quiet. I didn't hear what you said.
The last movie I saw in the movie theater was Birds of Prey. I haven't been in a movie theater in 2 years.
Holy shit, buddy. I know you didn't get out of the house for a very long time. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
I hope you.
if all I do this summer is see movies, I'll be happy.
Dude, that's great. I've been off of the movie kick. I don't know. Something happened. You can only be obsessed with something for so long, and then you kind of take a little bit of a break. Because I was seeing a movie every Thursday for like 10 years. Like I was going to a movie a week. And then that I kind of, you know, that fell out during the pandemic. And then I went a couple times. Like I saw Dune in theaters and the new Scream and like Mortal Kombat last year. You know, I'll do a couple here and there. I didn't go see Batman, but I saw it when it came out on HBO. I liked it a lot, actually.
Me too. Me too.
I was pleasantly surprised. I don't think it's a perfect Batman movie, but I think here's my like 1 second review for this Batman. What actually really, besides the fact that it was shot amazingly, I loved it was very close up and with just the person in focus and the rest of the world is blurry. Like it did that a lot. It's a very personal movie. But something I really liked that movie did was right at the end when everyone's covered in Rebel and like spoilers and all this like crazy stuff went down. You see Batman just helping people. Right. He's like, and I found that really special because a lot of times what we see from our superheroes is they're beating up the bad guy, period. And that's all they're doing. You know, we very rarely see a superhero doing something normal, human, heroic. And that's really because we have heroes every day. And it's cool to see just because he's wearing a cape doesn't mean that he can't be a first responder, you know? And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, like me and Spider-Man Homecoming. My favorite scene in Spider-Man Homecoming is actually at the very beginning of the movie when he's doing neighborhood town stuff.
Yeah, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah. To me, that's the perfect representation of what Spider-Man is.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, and that's awesome. I remember thinking when I was a big comic book reader is like X-Men. They're my favorite comic book franchise of all time. They're my favorite superhero group. But they're very rarely taking down the bad guy. Like, you know, they don't have leave that for the Avengers. They don't have like Captain Evil is, you know, messing up the water supply. Let's get him. And it's always like people are trying to eradicate mutants, so they're trying to fight that, or they're doing some timey-wimey stuff or space stuff. Like they're very like the X-Men don't affect or help the normal everyday guy, and that's something that always kind of bugged me about my favorite franchise. And I think it was Astonishing X-Men, Joss Whedon's X-Men, where they are trying to like be a little more PR and make themselves look so they literally like there's this big monster that erupts in New York and they show up and then Fantastic Four is already there and they're like, X-Men, what are you doing? It's like, oh, big monster. It's like, dude, we do that stuff. This is Fantastic Four type stuff. And I just like that. Like, what do you mean? You guys do your own X-Men stuff. You never come and help with the big monsters.
So, are you a big Fantastic Four fan?
No, I wouldn't say big. Like, I know a lot and I've read and I got a couple comics, but like when it comes to the Marvel groups, they rate pretty low for me. I just never had that big connection with them.
Yeah, and I think it also hurts that we never had a good Fantastic Four movie other than The Incredibles.
Yeah, other than Incredibles. The one thing about Fantastic Four that I do love is they have the best Marvel villain, and that's Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom, especially in the comics, is the best, in my opinion, the best villain that Marvel has ever done, and that's even over Magneto. Remember, before Avengers and before the MCU, Thanos was like a footnote. Like, he shows up here and there in the comics, but, MCU really made Thanos the household villain that he is today. And, they were this close to it not being Thanos that it was going to be Gravitron. Like, how random. Yeah, they were this because Gravitron was a big Avengers bad guy. They were going to have, like, him have that, like, that and post credits, and they tease, and I think it's hilarious they ended it with Thanos instead because it makes makes more sense. But
to be fair, before 2008,
yeah,
who knew who Iron Man was?
well, yeah, but again, us little nerds. But you're right, and you can see a point change in the comic books. You could tell Civil War came out in 2004. Iron Man isn't acting anything like Iron Man does in the comics now. Then you flip to 2009. Iron Man is speaking like the MCU Iron Man. He looks like the MCU Iron Man. Like the comics changed because of what the MCU did for them. Is Iron Man was always like go back and read Mark Millar's Civil War. One of the most important comic book crossovers of all time. I love it. But Iron Man is like damn near like Nazi. Like he is very, very authoritarian, and he's very like, lay down the law. And I know that went that way with the movie, but like barely. Like it's not even close to where he was. Like he was letting out really evil supervillains and letting them, like, if you're unregistered, take them out. Like it was a lot more rough. That's what I love. Holy crap! What's up, Seamus? So here's a funny story, Ben. I didn't plug my computer in. I just ran down here and hooked it in, and I just got the low battery warning. So either we could either call it now, which I'm okay with because it was just this little surprise stream, or I could run and grab my plug-in, but I'm cool with calling it now. You got that doctor's appointment?
I got to head out like in an hour, and I want to eat lunch. Do you mind if we call it now?
Okay. Well, thanks for...
I hate to do that to you.
No, it's all good, man. Thanks for just jumping in and saying, freaking hanging out with me for 40 minutes on a surprise live stream.
Hey, man, I miss doing shows with you. Anytime you want me, I'll make time for you.
Yeah, I'll start aiming the very few invites I have, cutting them, aiming some your way.
Well, I'm going to be doing some Obi-Wan recaps on my channel. Maybe you want to come on some of those.
Possibly. I don't want to tie down just because I don't know. Like, I'm not even watching Moon Knight right now, and that's Like, hey, I know. I knew that was the face I was gonna get.
You interpreted that the wrong way. I watched the finale today.
Yeah.
Without saying anything, it did not really work for me.
Oh, okay. Now I want to watch it now.
The finale was like, yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Me.
I mean, I've always liked Moon Knight as a character, but I don't know. There's something going on with me and just pop culture right now, where you take in all of Disney and all of Marvel for so long, and all of Star Wars for so long, and then all this other stuff. And right now, I'm just like, kind of want a break. Like, I haven't watched a lot of movies. I've just like kind of been taking a break from a lot of pop culture stuff.
I get it, man. I get it.
But it's not like I'm gonna do it forever.
I get it, man.
But I feel like it's every couple of years I'm just like, I don't want to see any movies for the Academy Awards. And that's what I did. I didn't see like any movie up for Best Picture this year. And I never do that. I almost see every single one. And apparently no one else saw them either, because all anyone could talk about was Will Smith smacking Chris Rock. No one even brought up the movies.
That took over the conversation so damn fast.
I know. Stupid.
Wait.
It's just like the first male deaf actor to win Best Picture or Best Actor, best performance, and no one even noticed. No one cares. Everyone's just. And I heard Coda was amazing. The Child of Deaf Adults. I heard it's amazing. I have a lot of people who were like, "Yeah, I picked up Paramount or whatever it was, and then watched that, and then ended it, and it was worth the $10." I'm like, I might do that. I asked my wife, I'm like, "You want to get it? Pay the subscription, watch it, and then dump it, and just watch the movie for $10." And I couldn't talk her into it.
Isn't it on Apple? Not
Apple. There you go. Apple TV. Yeah. But all right. Well, let's get out of here. You need to go eat lunch. I should too. I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah.
That was the joke. I'm glad you got it. Thanks for jumping on and hanging out with me, Ben. And it was good talking to you. I'm glad you said yes.
Anytime, my man. Anytime.
All right. And I'll say to everybody else, tomorrow we do have the Geek Gauntlet. So if you are watching right now, 8 o'clock Central Time, we are going through the Geek Gauntlet. So 16 different nerd characters. And yeah, then I'm working on a couple scripts right now, and hopefully I'll have another one out. If not, another one this week. Definitely one by the end of next week. So, but yeah, Ben, thanks for coming in, and yeah, everybody else, see you guys later.
Thank you.
Yeah.